say?
Oh, I don't know.
You can listen to it.
No, I already started recording.
You got one job, Adam.
Oh.
Don't get fucking coffee on the phone.
Well, the odds are stacked against you. You have coffee every single time. You have white shirt every single time. No wonder you get discombobulated.
We're a couple actors. We can make this work. It's fucking hot in Hell's Kitchen, isn't it? Fuck! I did it. Okay, I wanna... Alright. Where are we at?
I held hands with the guy like within the past 7 years. Tell you the truth.
For long? How long though?
50 to 70 seconds.
Was the plane going down or something?
No.
I feel like if a plane's going down.
I don't even want to explain now. Did it to freak out a place where I worked.
Fuck. I just gave up. Now everyone knows that this is empty.
When you say bastard, you're just still dry mouth. That's what...
You gotta do some contraband. Frankie contraband.
Oh, God. Time is ticking away on the alarm.
So sure enough, they're all working for King Benny. I need my friends.
Which camera are we going to be on for this? For a couple episodes. You're always kicking. Some people just lean into it, but when I get actual coffee, like it's a real gray area with us.
Yeah, I got a carpenter to come by. There's a huge coffee maker under here.
It's where he naps.
Yeah. No napping under there, buddy. That's why they got the cappuccino. Cappuccino, love cappuccino. You want a cappuccino? Gotta go. See you. This is...
I fucking am in love with how much computer I can see right now. Chill TV. Does that mean anything to you?
Not today, it doesn't. Not today.
Not today.
No. This is all brought to you by GalaxyTorrent.to.
But do you know what I'm talking about with Chill TV? My dad's talking about Fire Sticks.
Oh yeah, it's just like what I have upstairs, but just another kind. Bill has it.
Yeah. I was like, this is gonna be like the other boxes. Like, they're so inconsistent sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the repositories. Oh, the repositories. Sometimes trying to get those can be a chore. I know you... It's like... You can't talk about Cody.
Yeah. We always had Android boxes, and they've lasted like a month. But this one's been running pretty strong. It was funny because we went to the movie last night at the Paragon.
Who?
Went and saw Channel. Me, you, and the Red Herring.
Oh.
And I was saying, okay, well, we're doing Sleepers on the Cast to my mum.
Right.
It was with Lillian.
Right.
And
Thought it was Papa.
when I came...
Oh, last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I came back, she's crying, and the credits are rolling. She goes, I just watched it.
Watch the movie?
Sleepers, yeah.
Oh, sleep. No way.
Because she found it on the fire stick.
No way. Oh, God. This is so
she's like,
sad.
I'd never heard of it.
I'm going to cry
Brad
that
Pitt's
it's
in it?
not used to it.
But it's funny because it's one of those movies. I've tried it. I've already got experience with how awkward is it to try to pitch this movie to people. Yeah. It's about these kids. Oh, yeah. Go on. They're from Brooklyn. Oh, yeah. Go on. And they go to this detention center. Okay, go on. They get abused by the guards. And then they...
Still horny.
Yeah. And then they became... Yeah, we'll get into it. I don't want to spoil the ending.
Cream pie.
Which is something that you said, actually, quite some time ago. In the Romeo is Bleeding episode, we were talking about spoilers.
No
and you
way.
said, well, I won't spoil the ending of Sleepers, because we might do it on here soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. What was that, like fucking episode 5?
3. Look at us now.
Yeah. X amount.
3 years in the difference.
3 years.
That came out in 93, didn't it?
What the mother... Not now.
Yeah. So, that brings us to what year are we in?
You know what? It's so funny. Like, I always consider this early 90s, but it's over the hump. It's 96.
Yeah, it's a Thursday. It's the Thursday of the 90s.
Fucking A.
Yeah. So,
How poetic.
that means that this list is more movies better than The English Patient.
That was a 96er?
Because we've already been in 96 with Primal Fear.
Oh.
And don't get me going about that twist, pal. Let's just move on, okay?
Yeah, knuckle sandwich.
Jack
Wolf?
with Robin Williams.
Oh, Kid.
Yeah.
The big of the 90s.
Jennifer Lopez as the teacher.
Oh, what a hottie in that day and age. Yeah.
There's one line that wouldn't pass in today's movies that she asks a kid what he wants to be when he grows up. He says, a gynecologist.
Problematic.
What once she goes, oh yeah, what makes you want to have that career? He goes, you. Yeah.
It is semi-erotic.
Yeah.
I like it.
But that's the kind of kids that Jack's hanging out with.
Fuck. Like, he's really...
Bless you.
Like, that's a
That
little...
was the cutest cough, Phyllis.
Yeah. Oh, Bobby. Like, he's really getting exposed to bad behavior with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm really sad for Jack.
I think the kids were even smoking.
You're fucking kidding me.
What about Bound? Remember watching that flick?
Jennifer Tilly?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I've listened to the No Effect song Creeping Out Sarah a few times.
Yeah.
And mentions that as well.
We watched that with Ashley.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding me.
I did.
This is artistic?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's art all over the place in that movie.
Fuck. That's artistic in a way that isn't common to our region.
You got fucking tissues full of art in that movie.
Yeah. Globs.
Yeah. What about a Broken Arrow?
Now that one, I can fucking remember a Sunday with Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
Started watching it, I'm going to say 5:10 p.m. Still light out, though.
August?
Fuck, what time of year? Yeah, it was one of those, like, nothing times of year. Where there's no holidays. There's nothing to look forward to. Just a Sunday with Broken Arrow.
The end of summer when you're like, all right, let's get back to school so I can
And
see
like, I don't want to be like the theatrical release could have been at a grand time. Late November, July. What the fuck?
96.
But this was clearly like fucking... Fuck, what's one of those nothing months?
May.
Probably fucking May, yeah.
But Christian Slater.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't had him on the cast because he's got tons of hits.
Yeah, he was in Romeo is Bleeding, Tarantino's first written thing.
Natural Born Killers, whatever.
Yeah. We've practically done true romance, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you piece all the shit together, it's a thorough line thicker than Phyllis.
Yeah, we're not going back to Primal Fear when I'm saying Twister came out in 1996.
Oh, well.
I saw that in theaters.
That was inescapable.
Yeah.
I did not see it in theaters. Saw it on the comfort of... I still had like a wooden 32-inch in 96.
Yeah.
This was before the flat screen age.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not the highest fidelity. I would have liked to see this one in theater.
These are still the Square films.
Excuse you?
Square films, for sure.
Square.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dimension-wise. You fucking nerd. Don't embarrass me.
You do that enough your own.
640. You don't want to, finish the aspect ratio.
So what were you saying there? Was that not in the fucking budget?
I mean, can you get reliable these things?
Just cooling down.
I like how it acts like it's working as soon as you start digging at its innards there. Oh, no, I'm good. And then you're like, okay, I'll stop.
Right when it's in place, I'll go off.
Ooh, looks so nice right now.
Jenga.
This is the shit season 4 is made of right here. This nice glowing thing. It's too bad that
Feeling the heat coming off that.
don't
What
be regional, don't be seasonal. You know what I'm
a little
saying?
bit like a kingpin. What do you think, Woody?
Oh yeah, I watched this at a friend's place actually. I didn't. I did see it like a year later on TV. I don't remember the exact rental, but I watched it at a friend's place.
I remember watching it with my old man, and
Humble brag.
There is a impersonation of Randy Quaid that if me and my brother did, it was the way to get my dad to laugh on cue. Like
No shit.
if we ever wanted to break some tension or make the old man laugh, it was just
Shitter's full.
pull off the fucking. Have you ever watched that movie like recently? You only saw it the once. That is a funny movie.
I might have only saw it the once. Maybe saw the end or parts of it a couple times on TV, but it wasn't that commonly shown.
Yeah.
TBS, a handful of times.
A hook full of times. That was definitely one of the
Speaking
movies
of
that
which,
my dad bought from Video Difference back in the day.
Yeah, what I saw you did in the summer, none times I can remember seeing on TBS, I think. You're going to say I fucking saw it all the time. Fuck you.
We were talking about your dad having a Fire Stick. You still got the cable guy or what?
The cable guy? That was 96?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's probably one of
That makes me feel young.
Jim Carrey's favorite.
His favorite? In his hot? Of hots?
I said that completely wrong. One of my favorites of his.
Oh. So dark in a way.
That's what I like.
You don't want to watch that one with the lights out.
Also, back to Papa Mike. I've
never even been to medieval times.
He says that when we were in Florida, me and Jeff walked into it, but it was
Florida.
It just
what
smelled
are you,
like
fucking Home Alone 2?
It smelled like a barn, and it was super expensive. We were like, "Fuck that." We put on some like army or some night helmets, took some pictures, and got the fuck out of there. But going back, my dad says that every time we bring up Cable Guy, he says, "Man, that movie creeps me the fuck out." Do you remember the dream sequence when he comes with the glowing eyes and stuff like that?
That's what I was saying. You can't watch it in the dark.
Yeah.
Like it's not as light as you would think.
He got traumatized by it. Like, we were kids when we watched it, but he was like scared.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Poor
he didn't
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. He didn't have cable.
Socko.
Didn't have cable in his house for like a decade after that. Went to satellite.
Fuck yeah, and that does remind me of how young I was in this 96.
Just like, I was probably the same age, or you were probably the same age as Tim Weiner.
Is he in the movie?
Oh, yeah. First person you see.
Tim Weiner. I'm sorry. Tell me more.
You know who I'm talking about. That's your movie.
Sorry, I thought it'd start with like some dance in the credits. And then...
But the first person you see dancing is Tim Weiner.
Is he the littlest?
No.
Not to be sizest.
Yeah, you're being sizest.
You said Tim Weiner was the first one you saw. Is he the one who looks like fucking Raggedy Andy? Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Not any of the other kids.
Yeah.
Dance. Let's call back to that later. Actually.
Alright, moving along.
Yeah. Fuck, you're through a handful of the brilliant credits in this movie right now.
Yeah.
Intercut with clips of a junior high dance.
It's a couple guys hanging out.
They're dancing.
Then it cuts. Does it cut up to them?
It's the best day of their lives.
Because it does come to it later. But, so the narration, do you already find out the skinny on where all the friends are? Very Stand By Me like narrations.
It's the it. The 90s crowd was used to narration. I can tell you that.
When did Princess Bride come out?
80 something. I want to say 88 just so I can be off by a year or two. I watched it like 5 years ago. Something with bride in the name.
So you find out a little about Hell's Kitchen. How much did you know about Hell's Kitchen before this movie?
The first time I saw it?
Yeah.
Fuck. I actually can't remember. I don't think it was in 96 that I first saw it, but it would have been within 2 years because I know who I watched it with, and they moved away in like 98, mid 98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you knew about it then, about the lost and found of shit? Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah. I mean, I've been weird about New York ever since I was a knee-high to a caterpillar.
Yeah, you always had a New York kink.
Yeah, did I ever bring that up before? How I like wrote a paper on New York and said I went and just lied the fuck out of it?
Yeah.
I mean, go back and find it. It's an early one, but yeah, I lied as fuck, and the teacher called me out, and I think she even reached out somehow.
Called your parents?
Yeah, or whatever. They used telegraph when I was young.
Just looking at the some reason I got the fat man scene when he says the lost and found of shit. But place of innocence ruled by corruption.
Heavy.
I thought it was going to be Bronx.
Pretty close.
Had very Bronx Tale vibes. But this
the ghettoest of New York super A-list mafia movies.
Yeah. And has a lot of that. Like there's how many movies coming out around this time about New York and mafia and the one-off gangs, and
there was a romanticism.
Yeah.
Probably why I felt it so strong.
Yeah.
About 5 years earlier than this, I was writing Fabricious Tales.
Well, this is definitely the original Dangerous Live for Altar Boys.
Oh, that's so rude. No.
Think about it, man.
I guess so.
Those guys were playing with kitty cats in comparison.
Interesting that you didn't see it exactly as it is like I did.
I thought it was...
They were young and then they were old. It.
Yeah. I get you. The dog clicker. The dog clicker scene.
Sorry, they did what?
The dog clicker scene.
Clicker. Okay.
A little bit of fun and games early on.
Oh, it's fun and games for a while in this one.
Just seeing some adolescent shenanigans.
Hold on. We're not to the scene of them on the roof yet?
No, yeah. We grazed over it.
But that was like a crane shot. That's how you knew we were in Hollywood.
All right, so slowly map out this scene for us.
Slowly.
4 boys. Do your trailer voice, 90s trailer voice.
4 boys. Fuck. Yuck. 4 boys. Lay on a rooftop. There's a crane shot. I forget what happens after that. I don't know what you're getting at.
It goes to they're all in church.
I'm embarrassed.
they're all the
this is gonna be a redemption
altar.
tale.
It's boys on one side, girls on the other, and they got the nuns, and this is when you see Father Robbie. And the nun has a dog clicker that you'll click when the girls are supposed to stand up, and then click again when they're supposed to sit down.
Right.
But then
disciplined.
Yeah, Tommy Weiner has his own dog clicker, so he's clicking it, and the girls are standing up. When
Suicide virgins.
There you go. There you go.
Who turned you on to that one?
You did.
What episode was that?
Never did it. I think we might have had it on the smorgasbord.
No.
In one of them. Somebody talked about it.
Why?
We definitely... there was the walk of all walks. It might have even been the one with the Halloween walk that we did.
No way.
It was when we were in the Door Trier neighborhood. So we did all the Halloween stuff, and we went the long way, and we came out to Armcrest in Sackville.
Say no more, yeah.
And it was like the end of it was a scene, man. going through with all that Halloween music. But then
Halloween 3.
we came up to Bathroom Air or something like that. And it was such like a out of the woods. It was like the perfect score for this. Like, all right, we're out of this the dark woods. We're moving into a neighborhood. Everything's looking a little normal now. It was perfect.
Then boom, asphyxiation.
Door Trier. Door Trier was born.
Yeah.
What do you think about the boys sneaking in the confessional booth?
It was a fun little scene.
Yeah.
I saw it a couple times, actually. I kept going back to it over the past couple weeks. And, she sleeps with married men. And...
she's pregnant.
Who's
the father? Take a number.
Yeah. Any number.
Yeah.
It's a magician joke.
Would it be any worse if it was all single men? She's still in the same predicament.
Gross.
And she knows that it's the kids in there.
Yeah, their illusion is thinly veiled. Why'd she tell us all of that stuff?
So these are just what would you call it?
Just youthly fun.
Yeah, they're not trying to hurt anybody. They're just, you can see, they're just kids.
Yeah, they're going to church. This occurs at a church.
Yeah.
They did the service, their time, and then they just had a little extracurricular, This guy might be a priest when he grows up. The trajectory, He's getting a feel for it.
4 boys, they got 1 girl to share. They gotta find some other stuff to entertain themselves.
I feel so bad that there's another bicycle in this one.
Yeah, Carol.
Yeah. Christmas.
Keep 6 for them. She was always...
what?
She keeps 6 for them while they're peeping on the...
Oh. Yeah, that was the one bit of nudity in this.
Yeah. So Carol's always been down to just be around all the guys. Mm-hmm. One of the boys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is like, I can't remember, we've already talked about this, that, there's definitely a couple cliches in this.
It does have a couple.
One of the cliches is like the girl that's hanging out with the guys, and then they kind of later find out that, one of them has a relationship that they're hiding. But then you find out that she had a relationship with one of the other friends back. Yeah,
and then she, would have gone out with the other one, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why didn't you ask?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said no. Yeah. Yeah, what about, Tommy Weiner?
Yeah.
Or he even has the funny joke. I guess it would have been his turn next.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't tell if she was joking or not.
Yeah.
They might have had a thing. No, wait. Fuck, what was the transition between Tommy Weiner to Billy Crudup like? Could have been awkward. Hold on.
Grew into his ears.
Let me think about it.
I liked that.
It's a little longer.
Yeah. This was always the great way to establish a fake mafia character in a movie is talk about their tie with an actual mafia member.
Oh, yeah.
Like Lucky Luciano, they have to have that name drop in there. But King Benny.
King Benny.
I don't think there actually was a King Benny.
Never
showed up on Boardwalk, anyways.
Was the dad Bruno Kirby? No, I'm not sure. You recognize him from something, right?
He looked familiar, but I'm not sure what it is.
I meant to ask you this. You might remember, but is the story with the guy with the teeth knocked out? That's around this point.
Yeah.
Is that Benny? Benny?
Yeah, it's King Benny.
Yeah, I couldn't remember after he was introduced if the story was about him, but it makes the most sense that it was.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the most well-rounded thing. It's not some random new character that you never see.
And imagine that, man. when you're living in New York, they don't tell you ghost stories. You don't need ghost stories when you're a kid in New York. You just hear all these mafia stories of them taking out their teeth and shooting them in the bath.
My dad had a friend who lived on my road when I was around this age, and he had killed a guy. And when it happened, he lost like all the rings on his finger during the altercation.
Oh, yeah?
And, it just felt kind of sorry to some of the... Like, the way that his dad told him this story. Like, we knew this guy. And, like, we had to, like, hear the story of what happened. And almost ignore it. Because, like... It's not like he was wanted or at large or anything. Like, this was, like, self-defense or, something of that effect.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see how that would compare to this. But
you want me to lighten it just a little bit? Used to hang out with this guy quite a bit and never, like, brought that subject up specifically. But he had this grandson who had, like, a little bit of a, like... He's a little bit of a weird dude. And I don't know, I said something to him when we were driving somewhere, and he wanted me to stop talking to him, and he was going, "Papa, he's bothering me." This little jerk. Papa, he's bothering me. I used to laugh about it. My dad was there as well, and it just became this inside joke for a long time. Papa, he's bothering me.
I don't hear Papa very often.
No, it's funny that we call him Papa. I never had a Papa per se. I had Grandpa, and I had John.
I had EJ and JC.
Both initials?
Yeah. Well,
that seems like almost less formal than a first name.
One was always JC, and then my dad's dad was always Grandpa until I was a teenager. My dad would always call him EJ, so I just started calling him EJ. Oh, that's actually what we're getting Dante to call my dad, which I find kind of weird. That's what we settled on, Papa.
Papa.
Yeah.
I guess it's the parents that decide that.
Yeah.
I always wonder where it comes from.
To a degree.
Which degree?
Bill wanted Grampy D, but it just
he's not going to get that. That's silly.
Yeah, turned to Dee Dee.
Stupid.
Now he's Dee Dee.
Stupid Bill. Not usually, but Grandpa D? Grampy D? You kidding me?
Doesn't sound like a rapper from New York?
Yeah, what's he think he's doing here? It's not the RZA.
Who is it? Sketchy? What's his name in this? Scratchy?
Shaky. It's always Shakes.
Starts working for...
Hey there, Shakes.
And this is the cliche of, like, you always follow the friend that makes it through. It's never... You never hear from the bad guy. You never hear from the fucking John.
No. John's an artiste.
But he's the one who started working for King Benny first.
Yeah.
And he was... had to go deliver some paper bags to the cops.
The one that you just whiffs into the car?
Yeah.
But don't you want to talk about how he got the job? I thought that's where you're going. I thought you were going to be like, I love the scene where he walks up and he goes in. He's like, I hear you're the guy who gives out jobs. He was like, what? Where the fuck did you hear that, stupid kid? Oh, I hear it around the streets. And he's like,
you're King Benny.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped right to that.
You like that scene?
I thought you would, nerd.
You just said everything that you thought you'd say.
I use what I thought you were going to say as inspiration for what I said.
What's that goon from? The guy that holds him up. Trying to take his money.
He was from Becker.
He's in a couple things, for sure.
Besides Becker?
Well, I don't I never watched Becker.
Becker.
That's not where I'd know him from.
Becker.
But it was funny because...
Ted Danson.
They're like, this punk kid, we're going to rob this punk kid. What's in the bag? We're taking the bag. And then this old man comes out. That's the food chain at work.
I'm pretty sure he was in...
Now give me the bag.
Every episode of Becker.
Yeah.
But he only... Would you call that a cameo? No. He's short-lived.
What do you think that was like? This is the era of respect to your elders. Yeah, was it the gun or was it the old man that scared them off?
You think they got scared off?
Oh yeah, they gave him the bag.
But you never see them again.
You never see the old man either. You think they come back for him?
Well, he was probably so famous they could only hire him for 10 minutes. Just like the guy from Becker. What year did Becker come out, Jamie?
Probably around the same time.
Yeah, pretty close. This guy was at his peak. This was prime alley guy. You have no idea.
And he's in this movie acting like a gobbledygoo.
He's got no gabagoo upstairs, or it's all I don't know.
Whatever they say.
Yeah.
But this movie's a little educational. You learn some about Michelangelo.
That's true.
9 years that took him.
I know. My first thought on that was it closed the whole time, or was he like picking away at it?
During Mass?
Well, it's a long time to wait for something to open. I think about often when, like, Alan Wake came out a few weeks ago. And it took 13, 14 years for the second one to come out. And, like, people would have died waiting for this to come out.
Yeah.
And people would have died waiting for the 16th chapel.
So weird
that was a mammotism like that.
Yeah, who painted the other 15?
Yeah.
But I just saw something
home run
on the social media
Ew.
that people are worried they're going to die before GTA 6 comes out.
Because it's 2025. It's like 2024. You got to wait for that whole year. Did you see the trailer
People
for
are just
it?
locking themselves inside. Quarantine. We're going back to the quarantine.
Mask.
Yeah.
Just to make sure
they're
there for GTA 6.
But I like to... This is like the first memorable line.
You think you're going to try and play
Lil Jon there?
6?
Probably. As
have
much
to get
as
a
I
new
played Red
system.
Dead. No,
Yep.
I won't do that. Fuck that.
Not even by 2025, eh?
I don't care.
Like Steve-O.
Even if I make it, I'm not going to play it.
I saw a thing with Steve-O on Danny Brown's podcast. And Danny Brown likes video games. And he asked them, they have like a wheel, kind of like us.
Yeah.
And on what topic or something. And it comes up Game of the Year. And so Danny Brown is like, hey, hey, Steve-O, what's your Game of the Year? And Steve-O's like, yeah, man. And he just turns into a total bummer. He's like, I think people who play video games just like it's bad for their health to sit on their ass all day. And
I agree, Steve-O.
Fuck, it's hard on the throat to do Steve-O. And this was like the most, like when I saw Steve-O, how he's kind of a bummer to the crowd. Because the second somebody would pipe up in the crowd, be like, hey, Steve-O, where's Lux? He'd be like, hey, man, like I got 2 hours to get through this shit, man. Like I got this scripted out to the minute, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying... Yeah, making it feel like it's all for the money.
Yeah, it was like a little off-putting, and it was weird that you don't see him like that often. Because he's always like, yeah, man, I'm the guy who fucking masturbates jumping off a plane. And then he like can't handle a guy being like, "Hey, Lux."
Hey, Steve, well, let me see your dick.
Yeah. He's like, "You'll see it in like 45 minutes, man."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which you do on his bucket list tour, which he just put out. And you know what? Buy the buttholes hot sauce too.
I would have loved to be at the Blues Fest.
Oh yeah, and
with,
Danny Brown, by the way, he was like, yeah, like he was like Final Fantasy, and he was like, "I don't even want to talk about Steve. Will bum me out on it." He went on for like 2 or 3 minutes just on like how much he hates video games and shit.
I would have loved to be at the Blues Festival when
Gross.
Raekwon grabbed Steve-O and made him apologize to the crowd for showing his dick. He's like, "ODB's mom's here, man."
Oh
Like
shit!
they're all like, he said that he did it for ODB because I guess they went to rehab together or something. But
Oh,
these guys
and
were,
he
"This
doesn't
is
like
mad
know who Danny
disrespectful."
Brown is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was.
Why
an
would you go on his
awkward moment.
podcast?
Yeah. Right? He was
He
so
must have looked
drained.
him up.
He was so drained from doing so many podcasts that he just wasn't in the right frame of mind.
But how successful can you feel if you're doing podcasts to people you don't know? Like
That's the all-time question.
would you go on just like anyone's podcast if you were Steve-O?
If I was Adamo? Ew.
Adamo.
I was puked in my mouth.
Phyllis liked it.
That'd be the worst if I had something tacked on in the end of my name that was like vowel.
Adam.
A foul vowel at the end of Adam.
Adam, you.
Ugh.
Adam, I. But this was like the first line from Lil Jon. Was and he has like the strongest New York accent out of all of them.
That's why we hired
and they're talking about how Michelangelo took 9 years.
Yeah.
Like, Puerto Rican guy took 2 days to paint my whole apartment. He a bum leg.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And he's right too.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes from real life.
Oh, it does, buddy.
Just like the rest of the
I don't
story.
even know if you know how much real life it comes from. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do. Does everything have to be a goddamn Vietnam movie?
Unfortunately. This is in that era though.
Yeah.
When they're kids still.
Yeah.
You're right. 68, something like that.
Mm.
Go on.
I think it's 67, 68, and then it goes to 81.
Right. It does jump around through some months there.
Yeah.
They got some happy times going on here.
Yeah. You know, just a couple kids just looking for a hot dog.
Is 4 a couple? Oh. 4 is a couple, for the record.
It really shows how
Plus the girl.
Fatherly Father Robbie really is when he starts going after the stepdaddies.
Oh, yeah.
Because Lil Jon was put in the hospital.
Yeah, punctured lung.
Yeah.
What did he say? He just pushed him
He
around?
fell. Kid's clumsy.
Yeah. That was like one of the... I think you brought up one already, but it was kind of like a corny interaction.
Yeah.
When he was like, "You know what? I'm not in your weight class either."
Yeah, no. He's not in your weight class.
Yeah. I was like, shit, I don't know if that
I know.
line
Especially
holds
for a
up to
priest to be like, you know, you won't need a hospital.
Yeah,
You'll need a priest to be standing over you. I was like, well, I guess there would be one standing over you.
I'm going to take that with a grain of 1996 and sincerity.
And a very interesting line that gets called back to.
That's
which
prime Deniro.
I don't think we should graze over.
It's almost heat.
First interaction of Robbie and who's the main character? Scratchy? I keep fucking that up. Shaky.
In the behind the scenes of the church there.
And he's like, I swear to you. And he goes, don't you think a priest shouldn't swear?
That does come up again, right?
Kind of does when he has, and he's like, you want me to swear to God on an oath? So it does come back and when he starts doing it. But we'll get
He also gets called out for the confession booth thing.
Yeah.
He gets told he's going to do some stuff go around and give something to people. I forget now.
He's got a couple friends in jail.
Who doesn't?
True that. For the bastards.
Still standing.
Yeah, that's true. We did forget about the baseball game, or a little stickball.
Oh yeah, it wasn't quite cricket.
Some fun and games.
Oh, there's tons of fun and games in this one.
And Michael, the sweetheart, throws the game for no legs.
Oh yeah. When did she start walking?
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, you're 14.
Did they even address, or did she break her leg? What happened?
They were gone. I think they
Did
said
Minnie Driver end up being her? Am I crazy?
Old Carol.
Ah, shit. Yeah, thank you.
But so Michael throws the game. And then this is where you meet Fat Man. Seems to be a staple of the streets.
It's kind of the comic relief in retrospect.
He is, but he's also like...
Every line is fun.
Yeah, and there's even a shot that it looked like it broke into almost documentary. Like it's like at this up angle, looking at him as he's talking, that's when he's like, this is like the Lost and Found, and they're kind of putting B-roll over it and stuff.
Is he the guy who ended up being gay on The Sopranos?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
Tony's sister's in it, though.
Tony's sister is in it. Yeah. She was also in... Fuck.
Your dreams.
No. She was in...
Don't be rude.
Deep Impact. No. Deep Blue Sea.
Told you your dreams.
Deep Blue Sea. But, yeah, he's there. He's kind of like the voice of the streets. They keep cutting back to him for these scenes. And he's, like, giving the advice that, King Benny can't give you and Michael can't give you because they're here. He's top of the mafia. He's in the law system and stuff like that. But you got to have this voice. This is the, the voice of the people.
Right.
So it's funny how much they do use him. Because in this first scene where he's like, you guys are getting soft. You guys got to man up. Toughen up a bit. Yeah. Which is almost like the exact...
Well, she was hazing pretty hard. Like, they were having that back and forth during the game.
Yeah. But it's funny that they used him so much throughout the movie when this scene, he's almost saying the exact opposite of what the message that they're trying to give the kids throughout the movie.
Yeah, he's still pretty rough and tumble back.
Because they're saying, don't let life toughen you up. But he's saying, you guys are too soft.
Yeah, that's right. It's a moron.
And who's this guy to talk?
Yeah.
Cut like a bag of milk.
That's true. What is that from?
This episode now.
Built like a bag of milk.
Cut like a bag of milk.
I feel like it was built like a bag of milk.
It turned out to be a couple dog scammers. These kids.
Dog scammers. You're fucking right. This dude.
Goddamn psychopaths.
Oh my god. They do so well to outline their plan.
Yeah.
So one guy goes up and he says, whatever you want on the hot dog. And then you run off. And then the guy's got two choices. Chase after you.
You gotta ask for the napkins.
2 napkins. Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole level of distraction that's involved with this. It's elaborate.
Yeah.
For the teens, it's elaborate.
Well, they couldn't afford the ball of smoke.
Like Travis Scott. I saw a quick video. It was like, did Travis Scott just flashbang his audience?
I don't know.
There's a clip and the whole screen just like goes for a minute.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know. And hot on the heels of Astroworld and stuff.
What if it was like Men in Black?
Oh, memory?
Yeah. No one ever remembers the Travis Scott concert. He does it at the end. Yeah. Everyone that went was like...
Are we beyond the era of Men in Black? Is there going to be no more good Men in Black shit?
There's definitely not. Well, right now, there's only been one. It was great.
Fuck. Always enjoy going to them ones. Yeah. Right from the start.
Well, Tommy Lee. And Josh Brolin did a good young Tommy Lee.
Yeah, that's right.
But am I ever going to go watch Chris Hemsworth in a fucking Men in Black movie?
No, not that one. That one... Yeah.
And really, Will Smith's going to be... I don't know.
No, yeah, he's kind of...
Do you ever see that there's a movie that goes... And it's like the exact same thing as Will Smith's slap? An older movie?
Yeah, Kevin Bacon in this movie was the fucking Will Smith slap of careers.
He steals the hot dog.
Yeah, so
what were they all gonna... They were all gonna share the one dog?
No, they had free reign once he
they go
left
clean
his
them
stand.
Up. They get all the dogs.
Yeah. And in the process, they were like, it would be very funny if we moved it a couple of blocks over in damn New York. I was thinking that'd be, like, which few blocks over you move this shit? This guy's going to be walking around for 2.5 hours looking for his fucking car if he's doesn't give up.
Yeah.
But things fucking collide pretty good. That dude's running for several minutes, and the vendor can go another 10 minutes on hate alone.
Love that line.
It was nice.
And they got the cool motion blur effect that's like B-roll during the chase scene, which there's a scene in Chungking Express,
right,
where it's just all that motion blur effect for like 5 minutes straight, it seems, if not longer.
And then you pass it.
There was a lot of cool camera techniques in this.
Right.
And like the drone shots, but they wouldn't have had drones. So helicopter shots, because there were definitely some aerial ones. Cranes weren't getting that high.
There was some fancy full camera work in this. Barry Levinson. Thought we were going to talk about him.
I got him lined up for the end.
Oh, thank fuck.
And then... the fucking... I didn't see this coming. I didn't know that this movie was going to go like this, because I walked in completely blind. And, they fucked that guy up.
Yeah. Yeah, so their big idea is to have the handoff of the cart once all these things collide. On the top of a subway staircase.
Yeah.
And they mentioned earlier that this thing is heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
And they still, as mentioned in the narration, we don't know why we did this, but we decided to do it. Do this handoff, and the four of them couldn't hold this motherfucking hot dog stand, and it just
imagine
it's that Untouchables moment.
No, exactly. Thought of that, and just a citizen. Imagine that, man. Getting off the subway after work.
Yeah,
going
just
home to your wife.
A lot of pee.
Yeah, and now you're just smelling hot dogs.
I just smelled pee on a public transportation the other day.
Oh, man.
Within 3 days from
now.
Yeah. Not out of poverty.
Yeah. Just pure desperation.
Yeah. Have a car.
Yeah. So they...
Thank you.
Almost dead.
Knock on Got it. Nailed it.
That's what that's for.
Yeah. Lucky. Privilege.
They're lucky they didn't dead that old man. He wasn't deaded. They forgot.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, he looked pretty dead.
I remembered him dying, but you're right. They say he was close. He was on the verge.
Yeah.
They probably would have gotten a couple more years.
I noticed none of the kids yelled psych. And I think that would have got them out of the mess completely.
Yeah, it was a little
Right?
pre-psych.
Right? Just making sure you're not sleepers over there. Yeah. And, that line by Michael. I think we just killed a man.
Yeah.
The narration should have been like, Michael later became a doctor.
I'm a surgeon.
What father would want a son to do time?
Just smashing the shit. It's not Bruno Kirby, is it?
The father?
Yeah, some other guy.
I can't remember who it is. I know I've seen him in something, but he's no one that I'd ever know a name of.
Yeah. There's so many names in this thing.
So he was trying to break the chain, was he? Like,
Was this guy, did he make his
did
hair
enough
like
time.
this? Like, I feel like that actor normally has hair.
we're talking about Sketchy Senior, right?
That was Dad. When he was smashing the shit.
Yeah, and he said, I already did enough time for this family.
Yeah.
No one in this family has to do time. I've done enough.
Yeah. I guess that preludes that he went to jail.
Yeah. But he was a little bit of a piece of shit anyways.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great
A little
arc.
turd like.
He's got a pretty,
Looked up to
Fucking-
Marlon Brando, I'd say.
pretty fucking horizontal arc.
Yeah. Because even when he comes back later on, he's like trying to talk to him, and he's like, "Where the fuck's the chicken?" Yeah, hold on a sec. Where's the chicken?
Yeah, and he's like fucking wrapping up this. Yeah, he's like. His son's like, he's like, oh, I saw my buddies. He's like, yeah, and what of it? He's like, nothing. Nothing. Fuck it.
There's
Fuck it all to hell.
1,000 of these guys walking around New York in these days.
Yeah, they're hard.
Oh, yeah.
They come from fucking tough stock.
Yeah.
I tell you.
He just did. They'd guzzle that whole thing down.
Need a sleeve.
Well, it's time to suit up and boot up for the young altar boys.
Oh, it's a big ship off.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple of give him a year minimum, and one dude, the main dude,
Yeah.
gets like a max of 6 because he wasn't there from the whole time.
Oh, and he goes and does the altar with Father Robbie.
Father Robbie.
And has a little talk with him because he's the one that he's saying we could all run away.
Yeah, it's a breakdown, really.
Yeah. He's like, no, you gotta face it. You gotta face it.
It's a good actor. Is he in something else?
I don't know.
Fuck, he could have done so much.
Bronx Tale. That's about it.
Fucking Joe Montana. Is that who's in there?
He's a quarterback, idiot.
Fuck me. He's a supporting actor, right?
Mm.
They put him in a lead for the Bronx Tale, pretty much.
I would say so.
Sorry, Joe. I don't mean to fucking shit on him.
But this is the first of like an ongoing message throughout the film when he's saying, no, you guys can't run away from this.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
gotta face it.
Yeah.
He opens up about his friends. He's got a couple friends in the clink from Moida,
Yeah.
and they all get sent away.
Yeah. to Wilkinson's or something. Home for boys who are bad.
Yeah. I did like the part 2 talking about the hot dog vendor. I never
saw him as a normal
he was
person.
Free lunch.
Yeah.
I didn't know
never saw him as a wife with 2 kids.
In Greece. Trying to get them over to New York.
Yeah. Now all the time I think of fucking Ignatius O'Reilly there. Confederacy of Dunces hot dog stand.
We'll get to it, buddy. I promise.
I don't know if we will.
Lorenzo there shakes his way to 6 months. You were just mentioning that earlier.
No, they said that the reason that he did is because he wasn't there for the initial theft of the hot dog stand.
Yeah, but he should have got 10 for conspiracy, don't you think?
So much premeditation, I think so.
We didn't even know this kid.
They should have put them there till they were 33.
So, what's the first scene? Lunchroom drama?
It's pretty close.
Meet the bullies?
Nearly stuck it.
Couple bullies?
Yeah. What was that dude from? The tall guy. The fucking tall buzz of this. Their initial scrapazoid there.
I know he's in a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seems like that guy grew up to play cops.
Yeah, he was definitely a cop. There was a masterful
Gotham?
shot of them on the bus. Did you catch that shot? Where it's like 2 sitting behind 2 on the bus on their way. But it was just so perfect how they were all sitting so you could see them, all the 4 faces. Just like, oh my fuck. Like,
Yeah.
not even knowing what they're on their way to.
Yeah.
And
Can't really skate by. They weren't out going looking for trouble.
yeah.
Found them.
Yeah. But they're a bunch of sleepers. That's what King Benny says.
Yeah.
How many sleepers are in Hell's Kitchen?
They clearly define sleepers, so maybe you should do so.
No, that's your job. You're on that duty.
So it's anyone who's served time in a juvenile facility.
Says King Benny.
Sorry. Must cite
Yeah.
King Benny.
Well, it's not Webster's. It's not in the Webster's dictionary. That's King Benny's dictionary.
Yeah, not Oxford, not Webster's, not Merriam.
So I knew Kevin Bacon was in this, but I totally thought he was going to be Lil Jon growing up.
You got some bright blue eyes.
I hope they didn't show this to Peter Quill. Because
It's a galaxy away.
he would not like this.
No.
He just knows him because of Footloose. Thinks he's a hero.
You know what?
That'd ruin his Christmas.
This really got me thinking about the trajectory of Kevin, the 7 trajectories of Kevin Bacon's career.
Animal House?
Well, people know him from Footloose, which I don't. Like, I barely remember him from Tremors,
Yeah, Tremors.
which he's not a bad guy.
Yeah, he's not too shabby in that one.
And then you start thinking about, yeah, maybe he's a piece of shit kind in some things.
Animal House, he's the, thank you, sir, may I have another?
Yeah, super young in that, you know. That's expunged. That's 7 years. But in JFK, he's, fuck, can you still say amalgamation? Like, he's a bunch of characters combined from JFK's whatever, just to kind of convey a point.
Yeah.
And he's like almost...
We're getting our first siren?
We just fucking talked about this. How fucking...
Baconed?
Well, I was gonna say ironic. What did you say, bacon? Just put flour on the bacon. It won't shrink.
What about Hollow Man?
That's what he's a piece of shit in that.
Oh, yeah.
And Stir of Echoes, he wasn't a piece of shit, I don't think. But that scene where the nail breaks, I still crosses my mind. And Death Sentence. So this didn't come up in my thoughts, but
I was
Death
gonna
Sentence.
say, is that his redemption?
Oh my god, Death Sentence. If you haven't watched Death Sentence,
It's a hoot.
oh my god.
Better than Taken.
Did I ever mention that it made me say something out loud as I sat by myself watching it? That's one of the rarest things that
What'd
could
you
happen.
say?
Well, the gears really shifted on this one.
And you just look over and no one's beside you.
Yeah.
And the main antagonist in Death Sentence was the kid from Free Willy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that movie's all
Skinhead.
gonna have inescapable lore, that's for sure. Became a giant, that guy? I guess compared to Kevin Bacon, I don't know. But fucking Death Sentence. I'll never spoil Death Sentence. For some reason, I always fucking get clammy hands when it gets close to saying anything about it. But Stir of Echoes, go right back to that fingernail break. That'll fucking haunt your nightmares. Somebody falls on their nail. Be wary. You'll think of it for decades.
Quite contrary.
From the beginning of DVDs, practically.
Quite contrary.
Fucking parakeet.
So yeah, that bully looked pretty familiar, must say.
Yeah, pretty fucking familiar, you're right.
Beats the shit out of Michael.
Yeah.
He gets his first ass whooping of the hour.
Yeah, it's humbling.
Food everywheres. They're rolling in it.
Yeah. Gone for a fucking spin.
And then Kevin Bacon comes out.
Yeah. Seems like he's gonna level the situation out.
Gives him his second whooping. And then he just singled these 4 kids out right away.
Yeah, he seemed to have something against Hell's Kitchen, which is odd. The Hell's Kitchen boys, for sure.
Yeah?
Maybe that was just because they were from Hell's Kitchen. I don't want to say he'd never go there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so the lunch is upon the floor.
And the whole... as soon as he was like, on your knees, I was like, not that way. It's not going to go that way, is it?
But did he already take a stroll past the cell? You just thought this was a normal, make sure you don't get any sharp objects on you scenario?
Oh, yeah, you already made Shake's strip.
Yeah.
So you did see him do that. But, yeah, the on your knees was...
It was the lunch that did it for you. It's just like Korea.
It was that piece of bread. That single piece of bread that he kicked up into his face. Bread's good for you. Every meal should have a piece of bread with it.
Yeah, but, I mean, at the time, that was the pyramid. You get bread?
Speaking of which, I got a little baguette.
Yeah, I got a fucking loaf right here.
It's meat. Loaf of meat. Meatloaf.
R.I.P.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, but not just him, every meatloaf.
Yeah, I definitely R.I.P. every fucking meatloaf I ever see. So yeah, you think the bullies are bad, but they ain't nothing. But
Not compared to the guards,
he gets an at-ease soldier. Someone comes out and
perhaps you should define that.
stops him. When he's like, you're off your shift.
Oh, yeah, that dude was in, what the fuck? He was familiar too. He played like either a police or a principal, I don't know.
I didn't recognize him. Very authoritarian like.
No. Doctor. I feel like he was probably a doctor in something.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, but it might be like Grey's Anatomy, which I had seen a few times. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
And you start seeing like Ferguson and those guys, like they're standing there watching the situation, and you can't really tell what side they're on. Like you can't tell at this point if they're for Noakes or against him.
Yeah. And Ferguson, just for the record, I had to double check to see if he played a guy with the eyes too close together in something.
He does in the Watcher.
Like,
plays a lame in the Watcher.
The Watcher.
Yeah.
You recognize them
Yeah.
from stuff. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to dunk on the guy, but I think, that might be part of his roles.
I can see it. I've definitely seen him in a couple things, but that's the most recent thing I've seen him in was that Netflix show. That Bobby guy.
Did you find they use that to great effect?
What, his eyes being too close together? No, he's just like a simpleton. And he's got his head shaved.
Well, I mean, that's a little biased.
No.
It doesn't make him a simpleton. Doesn't make his brain too squeezed.
Oh, yeah. His brain squeezed.
The juice is pouring out the ears, eh? Anyway, glad to see he's working still. Because The Watcher just came out not too long ago.
That's correct.
Great.
So these
He's
guys...
another guy who could have easily not gotten another role after this.
Yeah.
But he always got the Kevin... Not the other Kevin, but the bacon one. The Sizzler.
Yeah.
Pour bacon and flour on it and it won't shrink. That's what I just heard the other day.
Really?
I don't know if it works yet, but give it a try, everybody out there.
Well, now we're doing cooking shows.
It's as close as we're going to get. 400 for 20 minutes. 18 minutes. That's how I do it in the oven. That'll set off your fire alarm. Your bacon will be alright.
So unfortunately for these kids, these guards seem to work a night shift as well. And even worse, they have tunnels under this place, it seems.
It's fucking... Yeah, I'm like, this is a pretty fun long hallway to do a shot.
Yeah. They take them to...
This is turning from fun cinematography into a real dark place.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
This is a real life Freddy Krueger right here. If all of his blades were dicks.
But, yeah, so they're down there to teach him some discipline and some rules.
Discipline?
Discipline.
Fuck me.
Dick supplying.
Yeah. Fucking... I can't escape this fucking hot dog incident.
And this is exactly when...
dicks.
Yeah. This is the point of the movie when the pitch gets hard.
Well, sorry?
When you're trying to pitch this to someone.
Pitching what? The movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not catching what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not catching what I'm pitching?
That was a whistle dog. You know what I mean? Some bacon fucking dog.
Fucking Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, with a little bit of cheese. That's sleepers.
So what happens next? They all turn 14.
You just like recessed it your own self.
They
You're
all
like,
turn 14.
You're like, whoa. I'm blacked out here. Oh, what did you think about that scene? No, it wasn't that one. No. Are you going to talk about the football thing? Is that in your notes?
Yeah.
That's after this?
Yeah.
All right. Onward.
So it cuts to... yeah, they're saying one of them must have been Shakes because he's narrating, or he was talking about Michael or something like that. And he's like, he just turned 14 today. The last day he was ever a boy.
Yeah, there was a lot of real philosophical...
He became a man that
childhood ending.
Just like it.
Just like it.
Except they stuffed the middle in the ending. Or the ending in the middle.
I mean, whatever fucking pulls your mole hairs.
Then what happens? Father Robbie comes for a visit?
Yeah. And they really got to keep it on the DL. And even Kevin's skulking around, making sure. Just checking.
Checking out that body language.
It looked like the priest just heard that the guards scratched me. Nah,
you can't tell him.
Nah, I'm gonna go over here now. Baton, yeah. But yeah, and then there's a big hug, I suppose.
Yeah, and again, he's telling them that, like, he went to this place as a kid.
Oh, is that when he mentioned it was him that had gone there?
Yeah.
Because before it was, I knew guys, and now 'twas me.
Yeah. And he was the Shakes of the group. He was the one that got away to just live a normal life.
Right. Yeah, he got the slap on the wrist.
Yeah. But I don't think his time in Wilkinson's was much like these kids.
Yeah, he didn't fucking get his tonsil fucking boxed.
Wouldn't that just change your whole outlook on Father Robbie there?
No.
Like, I knew he was a smoker, but...
Yeah. No, I think he'd be more hip to it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because when... I guess... I don't know, I guess...
Football.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait.
The kids start feeling like they can have a little bit of revenge.
Oh, yeah, they got Rizzo.
Tastes pretty sweet. Getting Rizzo.
Yeah, they have also that dude. The guy who might play cops later on.
Yeah, he's having a good time out there.
Motherfucker.
He's having a good time. They're actually beating the cops.
They're not guards. Cops.
Guards. I thought they're playing cops against robbers.
Oh, they're beating them off so hard.
They start beating them back.
Holy shit, he's at his most roughed up after this.
Oh, yeah.
Black and blue, they linger on him forever.
I think they even worked the scars.
So proud of their prosthetics.
Patrice there had a couple scars. I think they and Brad Pitt seemed like he had, someone gets like a permanently swollen eye. Get hit so bad that it just never goes back to normal.
That's the kind of thing that's going to make him so self-conscious. He's like, you know what?
Gotta become a lawyer.
Like, they put a lot of lip balm on me, but other than that, I'm au natch.
Rizzo gets got.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't make it through. And you know what? It seemed like it wasn't as bad for everyone else as it was for them until they got involved with them and decided they'd bring them to their same level.
Yeah.
So it just kind of felt like they had a little bit of the blame there.
Yeah, well, they felt they took some of the blame because they convinced him to do it.
Good kids.
Yeah. And then, the last scene is right before Shakes is going to get out. They get one more call down to the dungeon.
Yeah. Right before.
Yeah.
They're like, you got like 11 minutes before you're done here. So, lucky I'm like a minute guy.
Yeah. And there's only 11 of us.
Yeah. And it fucking does that storm out the fucking hallway. They don't even subject the audience.
The channel?
The channel. What the fuck is the channel?
And this is basically the end of the first VHS.
You flip the tape.
Yeah. Flip the tape.
Yeah.
B-side.
Yeah. Don't rewind.
Plug it in.
Zip, 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 zip.
And now who do we see?
The other half of the cast.
The alumni.
Ones they paid for.
The alumni.
They give these guys half rates?
Yeah. We got that Lost Boy there and that California man.
Any other states we need to mention here?
Oh. New York. New York.
Yeah. Hua in Idaho.
They talk about Idaho?
Nah.
I don't know.
And you immediately know who's who grown up.
Yeah.
What a... Can we say enough about the casting in this thing?
Yeah, they did a great job. Motherfucker. What'd you say?
Get it all out.
I forgot that we didn't actually start with Lost Boy or California Man. We started out with Stillwater's guitarist with Mystique.
Yeah.
That alumni.
Tell me about the other guy.
That mean dog.
That mean dog. Fucking
Tommy.
Tommy.
Do we know Johnny?
He's got to be in something, right?
Probably.
Like he's not David Caruso. He's not
He died? Remember that?
Carradine.
Yeah.
Fuck. What else is he not?
I don't know. But there are a couple West Side boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Billy Crudup wasn't super on my radar, but this must have been one of the first shits I saw him in.
I don't know anything else I've seen him in other than Almost Famous.
Watchmen.
Off the top. Oh yeah, of course. Mr. Matt. Doctor.
Dickie Doo.
The Doctor. Dickie Blue.
Fucking hell, how much dick were you subjected to in fucking Watchmen?
It was the blue
Yeah.
that got me going.
Yeah, does that make it better?
Yeah.
It's like hanging in every shot, like in the theater.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw that movie in 3D. I kept ducking every time he'd turn a corner.
Yeah. Yeah, Avatar used the 3D for depth. This thing used it to
For
fucking
girth.
like a shark attack.
Added girth.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
So they just hanging out in their local pub when they see a familiar face.
Oh, yes.
Showing they got a little pull. They're like, buy some suits, drinks. Like, no,
Oh, yeah.
no politics. No politics in this bar.
Yeah, the narration already explains that they got a few fucking bodies under their belt.
Yeah.
These are no sweethearts anymore.
Yeah.
Johnny and Tom have both grown up to be troublesome makers.
Yeah. Hitmen.
Hitmen. Lot of litigation they should be tied up in for criminal activity.
Yeah. Still working for King Benny, I think.
Seem to be part of the mafioso scene. But yeah.
Where Shakes is just working for the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, he seems to be like kind of weird on his job. He doesn't do his job
Doesn't
much
play
in
into
the
it.
movie.
Yeah. Is this one big article?
Yeah.
Is this a documentary?
He's living in a dreamy kind of... Everything in my life has a great little lesson behind it that doesn't fucking affect me perfectly, but I get to help orchestrate and conduct this thing.
Yeah.
That's my stance so far.
The only thing that really helps from his side is how he's the only one that could convince Father Robbie to participate.
True enough. He's the tightest with the church.
Yeah. So they see Kevin.
He's our protagonist. Yeah. I don't know why I poo-poo our protagonist, but he's a joyful, beautiful man. He's the most innocent in the entire scenario.
And they do to Kevin Bacon there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Couple pops.
Yeah.
What do you think of that death?
They try and make it as slow as possible for a hail of gunfire.
Oh, Samantha, why do you do this?
It scared the shit out of me. It had the alarm of a fucking...
Samantha? Hello.
What are you doing?
We're filming.
Still?
Yeah, well, we're not sleepers. Alright.
Am I in the middle of your filming?
Yeah.
Let's call it the 2/3 mark.
We're getting there.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you.
No, that's what it gets said.
He's done.
Yeah, it's clear that Kevin Bacon is not going to be walking away from this dive bar.
He's written out of the script.
Which serves steak. And you can get beer where you can pour it in your own glass.
That's nice.
Seems to be
High class.
too good for him.
And
anyway, he doesn't have to
seems
pay.
like Michael, the attorney, has almost been waiting for something like this to arise.
Mm-hmm. Seems like he's been thinking about this for a long time.
The perfect plan.
He's a grandmaster pedophile fucking chess player.
Bishop.
Sure.
He's the bishop.
Yeah.
Move straight. Straight shooter.
Certainly not the horse.
So because he's almost like,
That's Fergus.
this isn't how I thought it was going to start. But it started. He's like, I thought this was going to go another way, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I wanted this whole time.
He's strategio.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, Samantha. Why do you do this to me? Hello?
Hey, babe, have you been drinking?
No.
When are you
I don't know. Behind schedule. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright. Love you.
gonna be done? Love you.
Alright. Bye, Samantha. I'm sorry, folks.
Sammy Brand.
So, Gloria and Edmund. Those names mean ring a bell? Huh? Do they?
Punk.
That's how they were getting information back and forth. That if Michael had a message for me, I'd get a message at work that says call my fake girlfriend. And I'd get someone to drop a paper off at Michael's place that had Edmund and the funnies. They decide that one thing that's not in their favor is the number of witnesses is up. Got to get that number down. It's just like,
They got 4.
yeah.
And we gotta whittle it down to at least 2.
Yeah.
Just for a fighting chance here.
And our only friends that could kill someone are in jail. So we got to go to King Benny. What are you going to do here?
Yeah, you know what's so interesting
And it was
about...
those 2 suits that ended up not being a witness. Do you think it's because they enjoyed that shot, or do you think they got shot?
No, just... I was thinking they wanted to give Janice more screen time. But you know what I was thinking when this kind of shift happened in the movie and all this shit started kind of at least giving them this fighting chance was that this became a movie about fighting back and what would happen if you fucked with the wrong guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Suddenly the dynamic is really shift where they got the whole army behind them. They got both sides, prosecution, defense.
There's so many different types of movies all snowballed into this. You got your gangster flick, courtroom dramas, lots of those coming out.
Yeah, I was pleased to...
Buddy films, coming of age.
Yeah. But yeah. Between certain ages, for sure.
13 to 35.
Yeah.
Sorry, I derailed you.
Yeah. We were all subjected to white hallways.
But yeah, okay, so because already the message again is that you can't let your past, don't let it harden you. It's okay to be soft.
Choice of
I know.
words.
It's theirs, not mine. But they're saying you're soft. You don't gotta be hard. Basically, don't let your past predict your future. Jesus, don't let it, don't let the bad times, and they were pretty bad. But don't let it affect your character, your true character. You gotta be you. Only you can make it through this tough times. Amen.
Resilience.
Amen.
Yeah, derive.
But also, not only do they got to get their witness numbers down, they got to get one up. We need one up.
Yeah, we need one super convenient.
Yeah. We need someone to test a lie. We need someone to test a lie.
And it can't be anyone, because anyone can lie. But
only a priest can swear.
Oh, Deniro. Put your acting chops into motion.
And Carla's back. Yeah, I couldn't even tell he was lying. I was like, yes, they went to a basketball game. He's got the stubs.
Yeah. He's got the stubs.
Where are the tops? I wish you said that. Where are the tops to these? You just got the stubs? We don't want the stubs. We want the tops.
Yeah. The homeless won't eat the stubs.
Yeah. So, are we at Dusty yet?
Yeah, he's part of the whole plan here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dusty's a little dusty.
Yeah. He's had 4 cases in the past year.
Poppy's a little sloppy.
And he's lost all 4, unfortunately.
Someone's been feeding him beefarino. He's rusty. He's hard on the crank.
Yeah. But also, he's talking directly to King Benny.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's the guy.
He's about to clean up his act.
The letter burn?
Mm-hmm.
How about that letter burn?
Yeah. And he's gonna have to put a halt on feeling good all of the time.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to have, not to use a term that people aren't familiar with, but dirt nap.
I did like that.
Yeah. But was it really not a term that was known that well in 96? I feel like I heard dirt nap. Oh, I guess it takes place a while or back than that.
It's like the opposite of a wet nap. Think about it.
R.I.P. pandemic.
I think, too soon. Could it be any more too soon?
Oh no, people want to remember Chandler.
Yeah.
Don't feel like it's
think he had a
too
wet
soon.
nap?
Yeah. I already brought up Janice. It's crossed people's minds. I was talking about a different one. Please think about The Sopranos and The Wire in a minute.
But it was quite the play. I think the best play of it all was how they needed to bamboozle Tommy and John to make it work. And not only did they have to bamboozle them, but they had to pull the wool over all of Hell's Kitchen. They had to make the streets lie.
That's from David Copperfield. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like everyone, it was ringing bells through to Hell's Kitchen. Michael's a rat.
Yeah.
Michael's a traitor.
Yeah. It's a whole fuss.
They had to make sure no one was going to go kill him.
You know, it's so funny when they were talking about how we like.
This is where you get the definition of
I was
sleepers.
like, which the fuck one was Michael again?
He's the one that I thought was
like-
going to turn into a killer. Because he was the one taking all the heat early on.
Yeah, but he ate his Jell-O mashed potatoes.
That's what you want to call it.
Yeah, I'll stick with that. I'll lock that in.
I remember there was something to do with a fire hydrant. Someone was giving the fire hydrant some serious eyes.
Yeah,
Wanted to
fucking
crack that puppy open.
ground beef and fire hydrants.
Carol's
That's
back.
not what I smelled.
Carol's back.
She's back.
She's back.
And
She's
Minnie.
out there. She's loving every minute of it.
She's like tiny as fuck.
Yeah. Now she's with John. Little John, imagine that.
Yeah, Minnie Driver.
Minnie.
What a name, Minnie Driver. That can't be birth given, is it?
Oh, yeah. It's like your brother.
Oh, yeah.
Baby.
Baby Driver.
No relation to Adam.
None?
None.
How did Adam Driver get a job?
His good looks.
Wow. Barracuda.
So she'd always gave the backstory of how when they were out and about, she'd always be walking between Michael and John. So there was always this one or the other.
If there was ever an unnecessary bit, what the fuck?
Deemed unnecessary. Sleeperino. Say it.
What was more unnecessary than her love? Pentagon.
Yeah. It didn't serve much purpose in there, did it?
Just to confuse a bunch of boys. Like, she's never found her way out of this cube.
They bros before hosed her.
They fucking just hosed upon hosed her.
They didn't let her get between them. Except for on walks.
Yeah, but doesn't she feel like she can date outside of this pool once in a while? Like, meet somebody at a pool alley or whatever?
She's got Shakes over. It seems like they're almost going to make a deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
She seems like she wants this, that, and the other.
She does. In the same hair.
It's like, whoa, baby. Can't you get me some files or something?
Yeah.
We got some hot steaks here.
Yeah, but that's actually... That's beans. Interesting, because this is...
Was he supposed to spill the beans to her? Was this part of the plan? Because he goes asking for files, and then he brings her on the whole fucking thing, and I don't even know if Michael knows that knows what he knows.
A little tag along going on there. But that's not right when she gets that information. This is just another exchange they have.
But she gets information, this one, but not all the information.
She gets on board.
Yeah.
On this. She's brought in on the team.
Yeah.
And then she's brought along further.
Like, I think she knows that Michael's thrown the case.
Upon further inspection, these are loafers.
Yeah. Oh, what a night?
What?
That didn't seem like a good, didn't see that song coming in this movie.
April 1?
Hmm.
How apt.
Shaky the Squealer.
You know, his name was Miles, but he was in kilometers, if you know what I mean.
Anyways, yada yada yada. King Henry likes pigeons.
Yeah. They do not talk, which he enjoys. Anything that does not talk.
He hates talking, he hates debts, and he hates Edison.
Yeah. And, yeah. even this line where he was like, you know, when you went away, I wish there was more I could have done for you. Like, how much more support do these guys need in this act?
Yeah.
Like, this was the first Marvel movie right here. They got the whole fucking, the Justice League and the damn Avengers on their stupid team.
Yeah. And I don't think at this point I knew that Dustin Hoffman was in on it. Or, like, I didn't get that, because until Dustin Hoffman started saying asking the questions that you saw Brad Pitt writing down.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it quite worked.
Yeah, you starting to see.
And you see like Brad Pitt's there, and he's like making the jury laugh, and he's so charismatic. Yeah. And then you see Dustin Hoffman, just such a shell of a man.
Oh my God, you must have loved some of the shuffling of papers he did.
Yeah. Trying to find it.
Yeah. And you know what? Just to talk, so the Baconator, fucking props to his acting. Makes him a ghoul.
Yeah, a gabagool.
Fucking A. Fucking his buddy, Ferguson.
Gabagool.
Fucking Hoffman. Fucking slime ball.
Yeah.
Pretty good right off the bat.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the editing. We already talked about the scene where he's talking to King Benny, but there's so little done with the editing, like just back and forth shots, basically.
And profile.
And like, if you think about it, like the actors are probably putting on like almost an accent maybe for Poppy there.
Yeah.
King Poppy. And fucking Gil. Like, I don't... Like, Hoffman wasn't too hard on the accent, but you know what I mean. Like, that was acting, going back and forth.
Yeah.
And, like, they were in it, man. They were locked into their scene. This Barry Levinson dude must drive a hard ship. His actors are keyed in.
Yeah. Yeah, they're locked in. Sneaks back home to visit Pop.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
That's probably the spaghetti incident you were mentioning.
Yeah. Where's the chicken?
Yeah. Fuck this. He's still a fucking dumbass bitch. That's that horizontal line. We discussed his whole arc in like half a fucking click.
Yeah. And then, you know, we get it. We don't need flashbacks to the incidents.
Oh, in blue?
Again, they're like, we want to... Yeah, no.
I love JFK, so I'm super forgiving of this, but...
I also love the intro to Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, that blue.
Yeah.
And we want to watch you pray. Like, what's with all the knee activity? Everything's with a kneel with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Falling in Love is so hard on knees. That's Aerosmith, 94.
Oh, yeah, so it's their fault this movie came.
Don't say fault. Not even you talk about earthquakes.
People going into confessional booths.
Okay, so we're back to page 1.
Oh, he's putting his...
Alright, so hot dog stand.
Kevin was putting his baton up in someone's confessional booth.
Sorry?
So we need a priest to swear. We're already told that priests shouldn't swear.
Oh, one other thing about the Dusty Benny. When he says that he's lost all the cases, Kenny had a great line there. That's the abbreviated version. He says, well, they were probably innocent. It's always hard to get innocent people off.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that? Did you hear that line?
I sure did.
Yeah. It wasn't in your fucking notes?
No. I was hoping you'd get that one. Seemed like an Adam thing.
All right. We've checked it off the list.
Oh, shit. How many things did we check off the list?
Not the gun.
What was Chekhov's gun? We find that yet? So, we got Father Robbie on board.
Yeah,
It seems. Or we don't know. It's cliffhanger.
He's going to do whatever it is he does, and it'll be right.
But it's whiskey time.
No, it's time.
And you know what happens in 1906 when the whiskey comes out?
I know. That drink almost makes you want to be a priest.
Makes me want to be a lawyer. Remember the judge? Remember the judge in Primal Fear?
Yes.
She was slinging those back on breaks.
Swig.
Richard Gere is like, no, I don't want mine. She fucking downs them both.
Yeah, double. No Timmy's though. Too regional. We're all from Sackville originally.
So there was some more cliche lines from Father Robbie when he's like, you know, there's a decision I gotta make.
So did you like this performance of Robert De Niro?
I just pray that I make the right one.
Figured that was a good time to interject with that right halfway through your sentence.
Well, yeah.
This was prime De Niro in a way.
Yeah,
Maybe not in a way. Maybe like he's already friggin' 3 decades in at this point. What?
Man, he's got so many movies.
70s, 80s.
I don't even
90s.
know if this would be on his top 20
Priest
performances.
This probably in his top 20 priest performances.
Top 5, probably.
This is just a few years after
Taxi Driver.
Meet the Fockers. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's maybe just a couple of years before the first Fock movie.
I'd say The Bronx Tale came out a couple of years before this. He's pretty young in that.
Frankenstein.
94.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
That's within fucking 700 and something days.
So they're getting these guys from all angles. They got the guy with the gun. They're like, oh, I got this guy's gun with his bullet shells that he shot someone with. So you can go bag him up.
Yeah.
Addison.
Everything at their disposal. Evidence.
Addison killed Rizzo. So they bring him into Little Caesar.
Finally,
Fuck.
we get to discuss The Wire.
Fuck.
Motherfuck. And you know what?
I thought he died from pneumonia.
Like, is this a well-written scene? Like, when you're watching this, it's a little on the nose, right? I want $8,000. Oh,
It was interesting how that worked though, because he took on a debt, and then when
it was a fun little back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's a little too like
he sold the Madison.
Yeah, and then he's what the fuck does he say?
And King Benny made money off of it.
Yeah, and he's like
passing him off.
And he's like, used to run with. I only know the racist term, but whatever people they were, Italians, I suppose.
Gabagoos.
And he was like, old man, used to run with them and look pretty good doing it too. Like,
oh yeah,
like he's giving him his flowers or his props or
two different style of gangsters.
You said it. I mean,
and
Crips and Bloods.
I'm sure that the new age gangsters kind of looked up to, like Raekwon would say the same thing about how he looked at Bugsy Siegel and stuff like that. All those gangsters, Al Capone and stuff. He liked that mafioso shit.
Yeah, Al Capone would have been 105 if he met Raekwon.
No, but he likes the stories of it. He wanted to bring that into, like, his whole thing where Rizzo wanted to implement kung fu. The
Rizzo?
No, his older brother wanted to bring kung fu into rap.
The Shaolin.
He wanted to bring the mafia into his stuff with criminology and all that.
Racketeering.
Heavily inspired by the mafia.
Little back and forth, some racketeering ball.
Right. Yeah. He remembers these times. We're in the 80s.
We in the 80s, baby.
Well, we aren't. Smarten up.
That's such a like if you tell someone to Spartan up and like
Spartan up?
It kind of came out that way, right?
You should say that right before you kick someone in the stomach.
Yeah, all 300 of them.
Yeah. Line up.
Smarten up is just such an infuriating term. It's like telling someone to relax or something.
What about open your mouth and take this disc of bread?
Eucharist?
What's that about?
Body of Christ?
Yeah. Why was that scene in there?
You slap a little vanilla on that bad boy, body go down
nice.
The
line and willingly opens his mouth for the priest as he slaps his bread in there. What's that about?
What are you punching me in the face with? Fucking slapping me with this Johnson across the table right now. You like
you see?
big open mouth, sloppy wieners slapping the back of your cheeks.
All right,
I'm like,
so did
what?
you notice any familiar faces on the stand?
Oh, there's always a familiar face on the stand.
Dugan? Did you see Dugan there?
Oh, Lord hell. Why are you going to say Dugan? What the?
Elaine's co-worker.
Oh, God, no.
He's always like the pissed off guy at Peterman's.
No, you
Sometimes he
didn't find a
Sometimes he has a beard.
fuck me. I always like to try and figure out if there's some kind of crossover. But this one, I did not. You fucking found one this late in the game?
Okay.
In sleepers?
Yeah.
Go on.
Played by Joe.
Well played.
Fearless Sleepers. Janice's husband.
Unreal. Good eye, Mike.
So then you get to see this very inconspicuous meet-up on the subway between Carol and Michael.
Mm-hmm. He's just...
They're back-to-back talking, pretending like they don't know each other.
That's just for blocking and cinematography purposes.
But then he turns to her. He's petting her hair.
Just little...
Still trying to act like they don't know each other. Trying to act like they don't talk. Like, I'm pretty sure the naked guy reading the newspaper is about to call him a weirdo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just before they get the Coney, that's for sure.
Yeah. Alright, going to Coney Island.
Going to Coney Island.
And you get to hear about, there is a little bit of a lure
Oh, lure.
of Hell's Kitchen. The witch,
That is the mention of the witch.
where she looks in the eel's eyes.
Yeah, she comes to collect the eyeballs of the fish that Benny chops out.
With his own two hands.
King Benny.
Does it himself.
Yeah, does it with his tongue and a knife. Working in concert.
So Ferguson, like,
We bring this guy up.
I don't know what his end game was here.
So this is the trial movie now.
Yeah.
We mentioned this turns into a courtroom drama.
Yeah. And, right off the gate, he's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I know him so well.
Ooh, he falls right into
You
it.
think you'd like to throw some distance in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got roped into it from Brad Pitt.
Roped is a better way of putting it. Let's go with that. Stricken from the record, what I said.
So he's saying exactly what Brad Pitt told him to.
Mm-hmm. Things are going swimmingly.
Even the judge is like, this is your witness. Or not your witness, but your, what do you call him? We call these guys. Would they still be a witness?
Are they a witness?
Witness of character?
Character witness?
Character witness. We both said it at the same time.
All
Must
right.
be right.
Let's hope.
But,
It's a piece of shit. Let's
Yeah.
go with piece of shit
He
somehow.
get caught in the web. Pretty bad.
Oh, he goes just crying away. Just little bitchy tears.
Just squealing more and more.
Yeah. Then
You call this guy your best
what do
friend?
you call this guy? The judge.
Yeah.
He's looking over like, why is this guy gone bitch super hard right now?
And then he looks at Tommy and John,
Yeah.
and they
He
turn into
seems
kids.
to
And he goes to the
realize-
blue again.
Yeah. Oh, the back to the blue.
Yeah, back to the blue.
Reminded me of both JFK and somehow Any Given Sunday.
It reminded me a lot of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
What a beautiful vibrato.
Probably 96. Are You Afraid of the Dark was on, I'd say.
For sure it was. Come around the fire guy from Breaker High. Or Student Bodies.
Love Student Bodies. And, what is it? I watched Breaker High, but I was into Student Bodies for sure.
Student
The whole
Bodies way
animation
more.
element was
Yeah.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to believe that he even recognized those boys in all that fog. He straight up admits to scratching.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I'd stay close to home.
Yeah, the judge when,
Talk to you
he's
later.
leaving. Yeah. Yeah, they're probably going to have some questions for you after all of this, pal.
He doesn't know why he'd have any enemies.
Doofus.
Maybe he's just a simpleton in general, this guy.
Yeah.
Talk about typecasting.
Yeah, I had to look up his IMDb to see if he ever worked again after that scene.
I did like how they went out under the runway and they waited for like they were waiting in the car for a plane to go by so they could take him out and shoot him.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
She probably done it in other movies. Seems a little cliche, but I liked it.
Yep.
Seems like
Things are
something that
going
would,
as planned.
seems like something that would have happened in quite a few films.
Mm-hmm. And that other guy's going down as well at that same time. Things are just falling into place all over this jigsaw.
And it's funny that they're all being taken down in different ways.
Keeping it fresh.
Because at one point it was like, what are you going to do? Just send them all to jail together so they can get boofed?
Well, I mean, when in Hell's Kitchen.
And you get more of the fat man. Just spitting his gospel.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. What's he say at this point? You remember? You got any excerpts for us?
I do not. Just said this is when, he's the voice of the streets. He's, what he's talking about is, how this whole thing's playing out to the public. What is everyone hearing about this? Because it's always been like big news in Hell's Kitchen that Michael's going against his two friends in this case.
Right.
But
It's
so
all
he's just filling them in.
It's all part of it, yeah.
But just shows how close-knit communities are. I was like, these are the guys that he they've known since kids.
Right.
So it's just like the familiar faces.
They're not good kids now.
Speaking of which, they did a lot better on the de-aging on Robert De Niro in this film than they did The Irishman, didn't they?
A little bit.
Actually, looks like he could have been in 68. Could hardly tell the difference.
68. It's a funny number, too.
Summer Love.
So close to 69.
Did we already say that? It's been going so long, I think we're on repeat.
How do we keep landing on the same thing? Isn't there any originality in film?
So who do you go to the game with? Anyways.
In real? Actuality?
Yeah.
How do you wrangle up them stubs?
He just went and bought 3 tickets?
How do you stub wrangle? You're right. That's one of the big unanswered
In the
questions.
same night? Is the date not on the stubs?
Did he just fucking show off random stubs and Brad Pitt just fucking...
I guess Brad Pitt's the only one who looked at them, isn't he?
But, you know, they could have been submitted to a court and fucking examined at a later point during an appeal.
Submitted to the approval of the Midnight Society.
You're not afraid of the dark.
Oh, I'm not.
It's been dark for fucking 12 hours already.
And then, that does it. Not guilty.
It worked.
Not guilty.
Did you think it was going to work? Because you knew the plan the whole time. So it was more or less...
I didn't think it would work so well. And, at the end of the film, it's like... Yes, I get it. They were done wrong. It's just like, they did kill the guy. And they do, keep killing people.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, okay, we got to give up the lifestyle.
They get their comeuppance later in a moment.
But I thought there'd be a bit more of a hurdle somewheres.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All works out pretty well.
Yeah, and for being something that you're watching the whole time just waiting for something to go wrong because you know the exact way that it needs to play out for it to work. And it does.
Yeah. I gotta watch Count of Monte Cristo again, see if there's... What are the parallels?
That's a good idea. You should have read it for this episode.
You're the reader.
Yeah, but nothing that sucks.
Exactly.
So, no, I'm just kidding. Read a lot of stuff that sucks. I should read the Monte Cristo though. It's probably essential reading. I shouldn't. I'm jesting when I say it sucks. This doesn't come from a place of knowing it.
So they come out and get a couple dogs, and the quartet's back together.
Oh my god, how fucking fulfilling is them going to a hot dog stand?
Well, they probably haven't eaten in a while, so probably pretty fulfilling.
And in case you didn't remember the hot dog incident, he goes, give him 2 napkins. What's he throw down? I hear 2 coins clinking
Yeah, I know.
on the counter.
Yeah.
For 2 napkins?
Prices went up.
I almost get the fucking bends. What year is
How
this?
rewarding was that to throw 50 cents at the next hot dog guy you see after all this?
That's what I felt. That sums up the whole thing. I feel like they threw down 50 cents. They're overpaying for 2 napkins.
Life is good again, fellas.
Oh my god. You'd think these bunch of choir boys would be friggin' good at singing songs together by now.
Yeah. I'd hate to, maybe too soon, but they kind of suck.
Yeah. But then luckily it goes into just music.
This fucking Jason Patric just sucks something in every film, doesn't he?
He's a B movie star, I'm pretty sure.
But he's always sucking.
Yeah.
Whether it's blood or dicks. This guy's got the worst Tired Masterminds alumni career ever.
R.I.P. Jason Patric.
Yeah. R.I.P. John, found dead.
Yeah.
Puddle of blood. Did you notice the puddle of blood? But they said
I know.
the whiskey killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Fucking whiskey lullaby, was it?
the fucking caliber whiskey was that.
Yeah. 29.
Yeah, I certainly did notice that.
And then
But what about-
Tommy died.
Yeah, but right before...
Natural causes.
Yeah, a couple of them at point blank range.
Carol, 12-year-old kid. Who's the father?
Who knows?
Take a number. She yada over that part.
Yeah. I mean, she started dating the kid from earlier in the movie. That's who she was hanging out with in the picture.
Who was it?
John.
Yeah, because she said she was with John.
No, but then it was the kid from earlier in the movie.
No.
It wasn't a new kid that looked just like him.
Yeah.
It was the kid.
Yeah, because the kid was supposed to be John's kid that just looks a lot like him. That's why they put like the...
But he doesn't look a lot
They
like
put
him.
the crib-
He does not look a lot like him.
Looks just like him. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly like him.
Mirror image. But yeah, that's why they put stuff in his face so it just looked like, oh yeah.
But that
12
scene,
years, so they would have already had a kid.
what about that part where it was just music though, and just showing them clinking glasses and having smiles?
They're
at
only
each other?
29, so she would have been 17 when she had this kid.
Yeah, but at what point did you start crying? I'm trying to figure out. Is it when it was just quiet and they're all clinking glasses and stuff? Is that when you started tearing up, or?
I wasn't wet at all during this film. If that's what you're implying.
Yeah, but did you watch that scene intently? Just feel the emotion? This was the last time they were all going to be together again.
No, I've seen Stand By Me. I think I've already, went through this with Stand By Me. So when it came to
desensitized,
Mikey became a carpenter.
and they've gotten rid of it. The kids are all safe. Oh, but yeah, then a bunch of them died. The other guy bled to death from booze. And you're right, the point blank natural causes.
Yeah.
And then what happened to Minnie? She had
son.
She had the son that was the kid when he was younger.
And check out the name, eh? John Michael Thomas.
Mike.
But she
Michael?
calls him Shakes as a nickname.
Oh my god.
The fuck?
I mean, she's a great cheerleader.
How many sperms is this kid made up of?
I know.
I feel like
I
this
told
might
you this was the first Marvel movie. Isn't that how these superheroes are made?
I'm starting to
four
see
dads.
the end of it. Probably happened somewhere in this story too.
Yeah, if you're Pennywise and you save up for napkins.
Wow. And it does a flashback to... flashes back to Michael with a trophy. And they're all carrying him around the school.
Yeah.
Back in the finer times.
Yeah.
Getting carried around like the Cure Kid.
I think I probably fucking threw on a podcast or something at this point. I felt like it just conquered.
And, job well done, Michael. You deserve that trophy. You just let 2 murderers go free. End.
Yeah, he lives in a barn somewhere in the Northeast now, and Michael is who cares, and Minnie never married, blah, blah, blah.
What Shakes do? He packed it up at the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
Got lost in...
Who cares what Jason Patrice does?
Got lost in narration.
Yeah. He's the least memorable Who Cares a thon night.
Yeah. Well put.
Yeah. Eloquent.
Well, Barry. What do you think of Barry's work? This guy's no
Slouch.
slouch or stranger
Slouch.
or stranger to Vietnam. This is not. Good morning.
Oh, yuck.
Good morning. I wanted to say
Vietnam.
it's morning. Now that we're almost at the end of this episode, and hope it doesn't rain, man.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking Hoffman.
Right.
This guy loves Hoffman.
Cruz was probably supposed to be in this.
Gross.
Who would he have played? Let me.
Do you remember what Shake's real name was in this?
Vinny Carcinetto.
It's like
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo Carcetta.
Lorenzo!
You know who wrote this film? Lorenzo Carcetta.
Did it say based on a true story? Like, it seems true story.
I don't think it did, but it did.
It can be involved with this.
I don't know if I could give it just shy of 3 out of 4 boys.
That's like a 75% even.
Yeah. Just under a trio.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what... Like, I wouldn't call it nostalgia that I got for this, even.
Hope not.
I don't know even what I like about it. Maybe that one titty it shows early on. And the rest is all kind of sausage festy. And the girl's kind of spoken for by a handful of hot dogs. I'll give it like 2 out of 16.
There you heard it, folks.
The worst rating ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from liking this movie to, I don't even like hanging out with men anymore.
You're the one who brought it here.
Yeah, well, we all live to regret things.
What do you think, Phyllis? Wow.
Yeah, well, that sums it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any more Barry Levinson things? We kind of got cut off on that.
Just Rain Man and Good Morning Vietnam. What more do you want?
I guess, you can live off just a couple of hits. Ask Marcy Playground in whatever trailer park she's sleeping in.
Probably laying in the playground right now.
Yeah. Fucking sex and meth.
Whoa. Takes you back to that diamond stereo.
Right. Okay, Judge. It's hammer time. I gave all.
That doesn't seem right. Give you credit, you gave all you could.
About $100.
50 cents? 2 pence? How much does a Subway cost in 81 anyways?
About $100.
What happened to Deniro in the end of this?
Hot water burn, baby.
Never said how he died.
He didn't die.
No, he's still kicking.
Why would he have died?
Father Robbie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think he fucking burned the next time he went in the church because he lied?
Yeah. He smited.
Maybe he lived to a ripe old age.
No, he was smited.
Smote.
Smoted.
What happened to him? Yeah. I mean, a little follow-up couldn't have hurt. But how did he die? A horrendous basketball injury. He went for a free throw and hit the backboard, and that sucker can come back at a weird angle.
There you have it. Must have looked so... Yeah, exactly. Some funny in that casket was Spalding backwards on his forehead. Yeah, that was funny. That was funnier. That was better.
Lord, Pete. Fucking... I didn't think fucking...
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Things just seem back to how they were.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing's changed.
Yeah, and I didn't even think that fucking Phyllis could come away with that Castaway reference right at the end. That was clinch as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not quite used to the shirt. I've just been reading it, okay? I'm just reading it.
Internalizing.
Mm. Truer words have never been written.
Yeah.
Printed.
Well, you know. Have you ever read the liner notes for Bone Thugs and Harmony?
You do look exhausted.
How dare you?
Yeah. No sleepers here. Team no sleep. We made it all past 29, so we're doing pretty good.
Oh, it's 4:20. About time another one of them rolls around.
There you go. Perfect time to smoke this Scooby snack.
It's probably the latest. Fuck. Talk about not down to a science. We haven't really figured out a way to decrease.
Season 4. Here we are. I know, Phyllis, I know.
The nightmare continues. Wait.
What,
I stayed awake through all my
You
nightmares.
expected us to get better at this?
I stayed awake through all my nightmare time.
Alright.
Oh. The cruelty of the day. What is this construct?
I think that all of us have to go to juvenile. So we can be called, by definition,
Thank you. I do like to get carded at the liquor store.
those who have slept. I just got carded. I asked Subham if he was hitting on me.
I mean, just wanted to see how old you were.
Yeah. He was checking my address, I think.
Yeah. So you're still too young for him?
I guess so.
Ah.
40 or under, the sign said.
Kevin, don't eat bacon.
I'm not cutting it out, pal. I'm not censoring you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pre-apologize. I just... Fuck me.
I'm glad that you find this movie so fucking funny. I'm sure all the people that can relate to this movie are going to really appreciate.
I think it might have
Laughing
something to
at
do with the time. I'm hysterical.
Yeah.
I'm hysterical. Yeah, I'm sorry.
4:20 passes and I just feel stoned.
It'll stone you. There's like some people who've never been up past 12. Well, the authenticity of everything is not lost upon me, we'll say.
I'm saying right now it's not leaning towards the latter. Feeling more one than the other.
Yeah. Is this a spectrum? I've never even thought of it like that.
A little bit.
Where we lie between. Yeah. Always revelations. All right.
Yeah. Sorry to burst your light bulb, but we're packing it in.
All right. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.